Okay, ladies and gentlemen, today I wanted to do something from different from my usual videos, and by usual videos I mean like 2 other videos I've done, and I wanted to take time to talk about Murder Mystery and the trend it made back in 2014. Now, Murder Mystery was a game made by Nicholas, and Nicholas had development experience before this. He was famous, at least for Trucking Tycoon, and he even had a group for it and everything. And so one night, and this is how the story was told, at least back then, is that one night before he went to bed, he finished like making this game and like its beta, and it was very simple. And then when he went to sleep, he didn't really expect anything from it. But when he woke up, it was like on the front page, and it was not just on the front page, but it had like over 10,000 like people currently playing, and at the time, like you could just barely get 1,000 people to be playing a front page game, but he was able to get 10,000. And I was there when it was first released, and I never understood why it got like that popular. Although I will admit that the game was pretty good. This is how it looked like back then. Um, so if you've never played Murder Mystery, it's very simple. You got the murderer. His job is to just kill all the players, including the sheriffs and the innocent. Try to use stealth somewhat, but most don't anymore. And the sheriff's job is to kill the murderer. He also tries not to shoot the innocents, because if you do, you die. The innocents are basically just there to tattletale. But also, if the sheriff dies, you can go pick up his gun and shoot the murderer. So it's basically like two teams, good guys and bad guys. And it was very simple. It was all it was a base plate on a timer, and then you would just be teleported to a map. They were very simple. I actually have footage right here. This is from Team Squid. I said that right, hopefully. And I didn't want to play any sound. I didn't want to steal their video. But if you noticed, like right freaking here, like see, that's all it was. It was a clock, a timer, and then he spawned into a map with a little thing telling you, and an objective. Everyone was also disguised. That's important to know. And it was and so yeah, basically that's all you need to know for it currently. So next up in the murder mystery storyline, a game called Murder was released by Clone Trooper 1019. He was a Roblox developer. He was also well known at the time, and he made Murder, and it was I guess it sparked controversy. It only sparked controversy because everyone thought Clone Trooper was copying from Nicholas. And just to remind everybody, before anybody starts blaming anybody else today, I just want you to keep in mind that Murder and all these things are all based off of the Gmod mode by the same name, Murder. So it's important that if we did have to like choose who copied who, they all copied from Gmod. I mean, there's even proof right here. Look right here. Look at this. At the very end, that's straight from Gmod. Alright, and then Murder came out. But here's the thing about Murder, at least what I've been able to figure out, is that Murder was a project started by Clone Trooper. He started it earlier on working on it before Nicholas. And when Nicholas came around and started it, he was able to finish it early and release it after. And so literally, I think like a month later, Clone Trooper would release Murder. And it's what makes this different from the other Murder is it's the same people, same objective. Although this game specifically aimed at recreating exactly the G mode, like mode and map. Like this is Clue from the game. You see in the back. And this one was kind of like an interesting, like fun, I guess, own take on it. There wasn't a lot of customization stuff. But yeah, so this game sparked a lot of these two games, started a little controversy. Tried to start a war. I don't know if it was really a war, but it was quite interesting. And later, like I think 3 months after, a certain famous developer who worked at Mad Studios would come in and create his own. Loris would make the Mad Murder, which would have its own take. It would kind of take its own take. All it did is it had the same objective, but it had a lot of customization. and it had a lot of, how do you say, a creative like disguises and stuff, and he had a team behind it, so he was able to make it like more, I guess, professional. Because I think Nicholas and Clone they're like solo developers most of the time. They hire map makers to make maps time to time, but they usually do all the scripting and stuff, while all the rest has a team at the ready. Doesn't really need to hire map makers because he has professional map makers at the ready. And so this started basically the official war, and then this game, I think after these three, people would be inspired to just start making murder games. And let me see. I guess I'll go through it quickly. If I can find it. Dang it, I should have done this more prepared. But it would inspire so many murder games. And the murder craze wasn't done after that. It wasn't after Murder Mystery, it wasn't done. Oh, by the way, just a fun fact, I'm pretty sure Murder Mystery would later win a Bloxy back in like 2014 or 15. But even after Mad Murder, they weren't done. At least Nicholas and people weren't done. I don't think this first actually what came after, if I'm not wrong yet, what came after surprised everybody. Tame Master, famous for I think what was it, Twisted Racing and Traitor Trouble. There was a third game maybe. But he made Twisted Murder. And the only difference between all these games is basically customization. There's really nothing else I can say. I've played all of these games. My favorite will always be the original. I actually like Clone Troopers, but he, for some reason, currently on today's day, he doesn't have it on his like creation list, as it's not open to the public anymore. But he has it somewhere stored away, probably. And so after this game, this only fueled more fire for more murder games. But before he made Twisted Murder, he made like a little game that was like Murder Simulator. I think poking fun at it, poking fun at murder games. But then he would go on to make a murder game, and that's hilarious. So next up is Murder Mystery. The story of Murder Mystery wasn't over. Nicholas liked the success of the first one, and so decided to replace. Currently there's only Murder Mystery 2 today in Nicholas's like files, because he decided to replace Murder Mystery 1 and update it to Murder Mystery 2. And I just want to show a little clip video, but not this one. Oh yeah, that's something else. Here is a Berto's games. As you can see, this was the last like look before Murder Mystery 1 went into Murder Mystery 2, which I'll show you in a little bit. And it was quite interesting. I say quite interesting a lot. And it was more updated. He kept updating the game, but after like around this area, he thought he can do more, so he went to do more. Made Murder Mystery 2, which differs very much, because Murder Mystery 1 like aimed more at like simplicity, I guess, and then he wanted to go bigger. I can't tell you personally how they felt and what they were trying to accomplish, but he was obviously trying to make a bigger and better Murder Mystery. And I played this when it first came out, and it was pretty good, in my opinion. Everything I say basically is an opinion, and just in case, you should probably go and look some of these things up, because not everything I say will be 100% true. You should never always trust one source, but this is from my perspective through living through all of this. So Mad Studio also wanted to come out and do something. They came out with the Mad Murder 2, which I played it before, and I don't remember. It just had more customization. It had more maps, and it had like more modes. Because besides murder, they would also do things like team deathmatch and like knives versus guns, or like two murders, two knives, two murders, two sheriffs, and quite interesting. And it's just want to make the best murder game they can. And so the craze will still go, and people were still making games. And then after that, you can see here more in depth, like some of the murder games are still like, there's Murder 15 that's still popular today, Murder Mystery X. Right now, the only murder mysteries that I know that are still popular are Murder Mystery 2, and that's about it, really. There's not a lot of murder games survived after that. That's the thing. It kind of stopped around, I'm gonna say 2017. I think it was still famous in 2016, but around 2017 to 2018, the murder games kind of just, they just didn't want to be a thing anymore. And there's some videos. This was a little trailer that Max G, aka Clone Trooper, made for his game. This is how it looks like. As you can see, he was trying to replicate like Gmod things, and he did a good job. It was if I had something to say something about this compared to the others, it was very very well beautifully made. I always like his style of building. Also, if you wanted to learn more, I'm gonna put this link in the description if you want to learn more about Roblox and the two murder games by Clutch Murderers. You should go look up Roblox Crossfire. I'll put it in the description. And they talk about murder and the things they did, and you got Lawless and Clutch. Oh yeah, this was already showed you this, but like if you look at here, this is how it originally looked, and I updated this, and then finally, if you look up Murder Mystery today, this is what it is. It's really, really like, how do you say, I guess mopped up, really shined, really professionally. Like I won't say it looked bad. I just say compared to like the details, there's extreme details made in like every build here in his game now, and so there's not much to say after that, ladies and gentlemen. The history of murder mystery, through my perspective of a fellow Robloxian who's been here since 2013 and will always be here. And if anybody has any questions, I was able to retrieve some of the stuff. I used the Wayback Machine. If you know what that is, it's basically just a little thing that shows archives of like old Roblox things. And so yeah, I'm hoping to do more of these. I'm hoping to do similar things like this, like histories. From my perspective, I've seen it of certain things. I have ideas, and I have other ideas of other videos I want to make. And I want to try and make this channel something useful. And there's nothing else I have to say is that I believe that the murder mystery games have, they created a cool trend that got annoying somewhat, but now they're just kind of moderate. It's not there anymore, and it was just like an era and period. Like, you know how in the U.S. they had the what is it, the Age of Enlightenment? Well, this was the age of murder. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you around.